Wow, I'm muted. Okay, hello everyone. Let's start that again. Okay, thank you for letting me know because I was chatting. Okay, so good evening. It's Thursday, and you guys missed a really cool story, but I'm just teasing. I was just letting you know that today I was on a highway, and I don't know if anyone's ever felt this before, but you're really high, you're feeling good, and all of a sudden, like your energy just goes to nothing. I don't know. This week it's happened to me three times. Like nothing. Like to the fact where I'm at the wheel and want to sleep and I'm not tired. So I'm trying to get to the bottom of whatever that was. So it's taken the last 2, 3 hours to get back up energetically. I feel good now. So wow, I almost thought I was going to cancel a few hours ago. So I'm like, I have no idea what just drained my energy. It was very strange. Anyway, we're all here, all good. So today we're just going to go through. I'm trying because what happens when we do these calls? I feel everyone's energy. I feel like the anxiety, the stress, whatever is going through. So sometimes it's really hard to stay focused on a conversation or a thought because I'm just feeling so much. So I am now choosing topics. And if I can focus on the topic, then that's going to redirect my thought and focus throughout the entire call so I'm not jumping all over the place. So before we start, I just want to let people, there's a lot of people that are irregulars that are on the call that have been here. And then there's some new people. And from the new people, I get these comments and it makes complete sense. Like, what was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to close my eyes? Like, they have a lot of questions. So for whether there's one or two or three new callers, I just want to go through what this call is about, how it works, and just kind of get the housekeeping in place. So one would be that this call itself is technically a group healing call. And I talk a little bit at the beginning, but while I'm talking, this energy is already flowing. So the team that comes through in these calls, I don't know exactly every single light being that comes through, and it changes actually depending on who's here, but they're beings of light that love humanity so much. And they are really pushing humanity to heal because at this time we're kind of in this ascension process where we're going through human evolution. The ascension process is happening, whether we know about it, don't know about it, want it, don't want it, it's happening. And it's a good thing it's happening because if it didn't happen, we'd be in a worse place than we are. So uncomfortable as it is right now, there's a lot of purging, a lot of healing happening at so many different levels. And for people who've been doing this for a long time, like, when does it end? And then for people who are in it and don't understand what's going on, like, what's going on is very uncomfortable. So you take every day as it is. You have the ups and downs because we live on planet Earth. We live in duality. We know what's good because we've gone through what's bad. So if you look at things in more of a broader perspective and say, okay, I'm going through this, it doesn't feel good, but what are the learning lessons? And if you really look at what the learning lessons are of these situations that are coming in your life, you might actually find a different answer. For instance, let's say you have a relationship and there's a lot of challenges going on in the relationship. A lot of people will say, oh, I know what the learning lesson is. It's I'm supposed to be in compassion and forgiveness and show kindness. Okay, well, if that was your lesson and you're doing that, the lesson wouldn't keep coming back and back and back and back and back. So then you kind of get out of the little self and say, okay, what is the lesson here? You kind of like go into quiet and say, show me what the lesson is. I'm missing it, obviously. And it might be that have more self-love, get out of that situation, stand up for yourself, and be that brilliant being you're meant to be. And if you don't meet that lesson, the same thing's going to keep happening until you find the actual learning lesson was completely different than the little self thought. So I that happens to me all the time, and I'm just like, okay, if there's a pattern in my life, that's what I'm looking at and say, why does it keep repeating, and try to go deeper into what the meaning is. And I realize my little self, the 3D Brenda, doesn't get it. But when I go out of thinking and more feeling and understanding, then I get the message louder and clearer. So when we're on this journey of healing, this call is helping humanity heal. Group healing is fantastic. It's powerful because we're all adding to this beautiful energy. And as we're coming together, there's this beautiful energy that comes together, and it starts to really get some really nice momentum. Everyone on the call is then going to receive what they can receive for their healing. So some people will say they don't like group healing. Some people will say they don't like video. It all works. It really does, because we're working what's in the quantum field. The way I see these types of calls is everyone's getting their level of healing that they can handle. So although we're on this call, there could be 5 people, 20 people, 30 people, you're all being worked on individually. So whatever someone else is releasing has nothing to do with you. Whatever I'm releasing has nothing to do with you. Things like that, because you're in your own bubble of protection, own bubble of light. You have a team working on you specifically, and anything that's releasing is kind of being taken off the earth plane, so it's not affecting anyone. So it's safe, it's done in love and light, and it's done where your healing is happening at your pace, because really your higher self is guiding the healing. So all we're really doing is creating the healing space. And there's some people who have phenomenal shifts, and and then other people say, I felt peaceful, I felt more grounded, I felt this. But that's okay, because we get what we need at that time. And the way we heal is layer by layer. So as we release one layer, that's gone. The next one then bubbles up, that's gone. The next one. And it's endless. And I know it's frustrating for some, because how many more layers are there? When does this stop? I don't believe it stops in this lifetime. I think we can go as high as we want to go. There's some people that hit a level that's I feel so good, this is where I want to stay. And that's great. There's no pressure, because you have no one to account for. It's you. And if that's where you are, and that's where you're happy to be. And sometimes healing can be tough, and people want to go back into sleep or unawakeness and just live life. That's okay too. There's no one that's going to say, hey, wake up, you got to shift, because you're going to do it in your own divine timing. And for those who have friends and you want them on these types of calls, or you want to wake them up and they're not ready, unfortunately, not unfortunately, they're not ready, and you can't force this type of thing. It's something they have to be drawn to. But the neat thing is, and these calls help, and so many things out in there are helpful, is when you decide to make that shift, when you decide, I want to work on me, the universe is at your fingertips. Information's there, healing sessions are there, meditations there, affirmations are there. There are so many things that will assist you, and you'll be guided by the next step and the next step. And generally the way I see it, and a lot of clients go through this, it's just baby steps. You kind of take that step into the unknown and try a course, or you take that step and read a book. And of course there's resistance that comes up, and none of us really like to change. Change is scary, even when it's in our best interest. So take a deep breath when you're trying something new and say, I'm going to do this for me. And so being on this call is phenomenal. That's awesome, because not only are you helping yourself, as you help yourself and as you start to heal, you are becoming a light that helps this planet shift. So I know I say things like every second of the day, the light on this planet gets stronger and stronger. We have so much support pushing us to heal. When I say the light's getting stronger and stronger, what that is human consciousness is raising. People's hearts are opening up. And it's like a popcorn effect that's happening all over the world. People who are closed-minded, judgmental, are saying, you know what? Who am I to judge? I'm going to work on myself because I'm so judgmental. That person's starting to open up. So they're bringing more light on the planet. So that's the momentum that we're seeing. People, humanity's consciousness is shifting. People are opening their hearts. And when you do a call like this, resistance is leaving. It's pulling in more love, and you're shining brighter. So lots of people on this planet are doing the work. And they're doing it by free will. Nobody can force them. And that's that light that's getting stronger and stronger. It's human consciousness, human hearts opening. And it takes humanness to change for this world to change. There's no magic wand. We do have tons of support, but there's no magic wand that's going to come and save us. It's humanity's created the mess we're in, and humanity's got to get us out of it. So that's really what that is. So with this call, you're just going to relax, just, whatever I say, if it doesn't resonate, ignore it. If it resonates, allow the heart, allow your subconscious to pull it in. When we start the actual healing, the energy will intensify. It's already flowing quite nicely right now. There's nothing you need to do. Just get into a state of allowance. And how do you do that? Just say, hey, I'm here. That's one step. That's allowing. And the other thing is saying, I'm ready to heal. I'm allowing healing at a physical level, a mental level, an emotional level, and do whatever needs, release whatever is ready, because I'm ready. And it's just that simple. Just giving that permission, having the open mind. During the healing session, you can open your eyes, close your eyes, lay down, listen to my music, turn off the music. There's no right or wrong. The energy is going to do what it needs to do for you. Some people will feel tingling sensations, see light, and they'll say like, wow, it's like the light was on in my room and it was shining, and it's dark in the room. The light can be sensed by some people. But for those who feel nothing, that's okay. It's working. It's working in your field. And some of us are sensitive and some of us aren't. The more you do these calls, the more sensitive you can become. So just go with the flow, have no expectations. And this healing energy will continue to work on you for about 4 to 5 days. So drink lots of water, because the more you drink, you release toxins, you feel a lot better, and really just be kind to yourself. Where you are is where you are, and we heal at our own pace. So I was going to bring up a topic today. So I continuously read, learn, practice, read, and I have an amazing partner who is very wise and will catch me doing something that's detrimental to me. I don't hurt other people. I just like to hurt myself for some reason. And that's my self-worth that I work on, my self-love that I work on. And we talked about self-love last call. What is self-love? Me first. I have a hard time putting myself first. I get that. And I'm a lot better than I used to. And recently someone said, well, that's kind of hypocritical. You teach self-love, but you don't have self-love. I said, well, yes and no. No, I don't think it's hypocritical. I've never said I am totally in love with myself. I have it all figured out. I have never said that, because do we ever figure it out? We all have ways to learn and grow. But what I have noticed over the years is my self-love has tremendously increased, where I used to walk into abusive situations because I didn't even see that they would be that way, because I had no self-love. So I'm learning boundaries. I'm learning how to stand up for myself. I'm learning that I matter. Putting myself first is not the easiest thing. I'm a mom. I'm this. I'm a that. So you give and you give. But in the end, me first is self-love, and then you work from that. So we just kind of work on ourselves, and if a challenge comes up, it's a beautiful gift from the universe, from God, to show you still need to work on that. Sometimes I need a third person to show me what I could have done better in a situation, and it's like, wow, that's amazing. I would have never thought of that, because I don't think that way, because I have many years of the same programming that I'm chipping away at. So be kind to yourself. It is a journey. And every second of the day when we're doing stuff, we're getting better. So be happy with your progress. And when you have a bad day, that's okay. You just get back up, and when you notice, just get back up on it and say, okay, I'm going to put me first and do my best. So today we're going to talk about lying. So it's very interesting. I can't say I 100% understand this, because lying is not something that's taught to us. Lying is very actually interesting, because they tell you don't lie, right? Don't lie, don't lie. Okay, so we are following, okay, don't lie, because they want to keep you in good behavior. Your parents tell you not to lie, your teachers tell you not to lie. But do they ever really explain why not to lie? When we lie, we're actually, anything we say, we do, we think, goes out to the universe. So when we lie, we're putting a lie out to the universe. Lies are usually, actually, I'm going to say 100%, we lie because we're in fear. So we're in fear of being judged. We're in the fear of getting in trouble. We're in the fear of the unknown. So we lie. Now, how many people have heard their parents lie to a friend? So we're kids, and our parents, I remember questioning my parents. You told me not to lie. but you lied to so and so. You said you were at the grocery store, but you were really here. So we noticed that. Oh no, but that's okay. That's a white lie. You're not hurting anyone. What's a white lie? Or somebody asks you on a date and you don't want to hurt their feelings. So you say, oh my gosh, that sounds like so much fun. I'm sorry, I'm busy. Maybe another time. But you know you'll never go out with that person because they are not your type. Yet you kind of gave them a white lie to make them feel better. And really what that has done is actually changed the way they're thinking of themselves. So maybe they need to be a better person, but I'm not even saying, hey, you know what, you're really mean. I would never date you. Instead of saying, yeah, great, you know, maybe next time. I have lied to that person. I'm not helping with their growth. Now, sometimes it comes to a lie where someone says, how do I look in this? And they don't look so good. And you want to hurt their feelings like, oh, yeah, that looks all right. No, it doesn't look all right. They look awful. They look like, whatever. And we're letting them go out in public, not looking good because we didn't want to hurt their feelings. So those white lies, I get it. I used to be a very good white liar, not to hurt people's feelings. So I've learned if you can't say something truthful, don't say anything at all. And it comes to the point where I just go, I can't comment on that because I don't want to say what I really think. But I don't want to lie. So I can't comment. Some people are like, oh, so you don't like it. Yeah, maybe I just can't say the words. So I'm learning to be truthful in everything, but not only that, why do I want to be truthful? Lies are deceptions, right? And when you lie, and this was taught to me through many different ways, it's very interesting because when I focus on a subject that I want to learn, okay, why do I lie? Why am I doing white lies? I'm not a liar. I don't want to hurt anyone. So why? I'm still hurting them if I'm doing a white lie. So how do I stop that? How do I break that? So my partner does not lie about anything. He doesn't know how to lie. He just doesn't lie. He doesn't understand lying. So watching him get frustrated with these little lies that I was saying, he's like, why would you say that? That's not even truthful. I'm like, yeah, but what's the big deal? I just, didn't want to hurt someone's feelings. And he's showing me what a lie actually does. And then I get new literature that shows me, and I get this whole thing in meditation confirming any lie you do does a little dot on your soul. So it's a little white lie, a little white lie, a little white lie, a little white lie. We're being deceptive. Sometimes we're deceptive when we lie to ourselves. Oh yeah, you know what? We lie to ourselves like, yeah, my relationship's great, yeah, my friends ask me how you doing, I'm in the worst relationship of my life, and oh yeah, we're doing great, everything's fabulous. Okay, I don't want to throw my junk on someone, but at the same time, I'm lying to myself. I'm not happy. And it's funny because I lived a lie. My whole, no offense, my first marriage was a lie. I was never happy during it. And part of me didn't even want to get married. Okay, but I went against my truth because I had to follow cultural norms. I had to do what I was told. I had all those things running, and now I'm in it. Now you have kids. So my body just gave up. It started to fail because I wasn't living my truth. And if people ask me, oh, believe me, if anyone remembers me being married, I had the smile on, I was the best wife, blah, 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 doing whatever. Inside, I was dying inside because I was so unhappy. But on the outside, I put on the show. Why? Because I was fearful people would know the truth. I didn't want to fail in a marriage. I didn't want to let my parents down or my kids down or all these things. I didn't want to let everyone else down. And then when I started to work on myself and I started to say, okay, what do I want? My body was failing, so I had no choice. That was my wake-up call, seeing 911 everywhere, and my body was going to fail. So I thought, okay, I'm going to leave this planet or something has to shift. And then I realized I was living a lie. I wasn't living my truth. But living your truth is tough because it can have people look at you strangely. They can judge you. You can let people down. It hurts, right? So if you're not putting yourself first, putting everyone else, you kind of live this lie. So we start to pick out the lies and we start to live the truth, and we start to do that, and you start to feel lighter. Now, the neat thing is once you have everything you're ashamed of out in the public, now I have nothing to be ashamed of. If someone said, hey, I hear you had 2 failed relationships, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And that made me who I am today. So thank you for noticing. There is nothing anyone can blackmail me about, anyone can make fun of me about, anyone can judge me about. I went through it. I let it go. I've come to terms with that. Was Brenda in a program. I was, we all are forced to behave a certain way in society, to please people, to do that. I'm breaking out of my cage, and I'm shaking. My cage got shaken. And I remember years ago, I saw a psychic, and he said, Brenda, you are a little bird in a cage, and you are not living your purpose at all. You're just so terrified to do anything you want. And that's why I would lie to cover up how I was feeling. So then the cage door opens, and then you're a little bird and you're looking out like, is it safe to come out into this world as I am? And then over work, over time, breaking patterns, loving yourself more, you take your first step out of the cage. Now you're a bird and you can fly, but you don't want to fly. You're scared. You go back into your cage. So a lot of us, as we're making these big changes, we go out, we test it, we come back to safety. Now, safety might not be good for us, but it's what we know. It's how we feel. It's our safety. Like, change is scary. Even if it's better, you want to stay where you are. So then, over time, I saw the same psychic for years, and he said, okay, now you're flying, but now you're at a cliff, and one day you're going to jump off the cliff and just go. So I've had to really go here, 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 here. It's gradual. Some people can shift very quickly. Some of us, it's more gradual. Some of us have a lot of bad programming. And, we can't blame our parents for lying. It's a cultural thing. It's humanity. It's like, why do we lie? Because every lie is done in fear. Fear of being seen for who you are, fear of being judged, fear because you're actually scared. So every time you catch yourself in a lie, look at it and say, I am not going to lie anymore. I don't want that mark on my soul anymore. I'm going to start cleansing myself. So I think the reason this one came up is I wanted to explain, we want to get into alignment. We want to be in a higher consciousness. There are different ways to bring us there. I cannot be a person of light, holding the light, if I hold my brothers and sisters in darkness. So if I'm saying I'm better than so-and-so because I'm spiritual, I'm doing this, but that person sucks, I am not being an authentic person. I am not to the core of my divinity. That is not helping me raise my vibration. If I can't forgive someone, then that's holding me from raising my vibration. If I lie, that's stopping me from moving my vibration. If I abuse my body, that stops me from raising my vibration. So there's a lot of things. We're very complicated beings. There's a lot of things that stop us from moving up into a higher vibration. So this is what humanity is doing right now. We are purging the bullshit that we all are in. This cultural norms, how do you get accepted? And these poor kids that are on Instagram and Facebook, and they're liked and not liked. And, someone was telling me that they lied to their boyfriend and said, oh yeah, I went shopping in New York. She didn't go shopping in New York, but she felt he needed to see her in some status that she went to New York to go shopping. Who has to do that? And that's so sad that someone has to do that. They're totally not being themselves to be liked. So when you catch your kid with a little lie, and you ask, and now I'm being very straightforward with my kids. I go, okay, why did you just lie? I know you're lying. And the funny thing is, I always know when people are lying because their higher self is telling me one thing and the jabber's coming out the other way. And I always just let it go, because that was human. That's what human people do. We lie. So now I'm like, okay, why did you just tell me a lie? Just explain what was in you that I don't know why I did it. I don't know. It's just so normal. I tell white lies all the time. Yes, stop it. Because one little lie adds to another little lie and then the more you get used to lying, they get to be bigger lies and bigger lies. And we all know the people that cheat in cards, or they cheat here and they do that, or their deception. Anytime we're lying to ourselves, so we're deceiving. So it's not a good thing to raise your vibration as we're lying. So you figure out, why am I lying? Okay, there's an obligation not to lie. Your parents tell you not to lie. This tells you that. That's an obligation. But really, why are we not supposed to lie? because it hurts us. It hurts our growth. So really sit back and say, okay, what am I lying about? Now, the funny thing is, I did have this play, this kind of like where I sat and I started saying all the lies that I've done, you know, and it's really embarrassing, actually. You know, I sat with my partner. I said, okay, you're going to help me grow through these lies that I have. And I mean, most of them were to make people feel good, but there's a few other ones that, you know, that were personal. It's okay, here I am. I'm just going to walk through. I lie about this because it's embarrassing. Okay, so what's so embarrassing about it? Well, you know, because people might judge me this way and that way. So like, okay, actually here's one that came in. It wasn't really a lie, but it was like not telling the truth. And so I had COVID last August. I lost 70% of my hair. I was still doing calls. No one would know. I was still doing my hair and I had enough hair to hide it. And it was really hard to tell. I love my hair, you know, and I never really wanted to talk about it because I like to ignore what I don't like and whatever. But someone asked me once, well, you had COVID. Do you ever feel like you were losing your hair? That was when I had 30% of my hair left. And I was like, no, I didn't have that because I didn't want them to notice that I only had 30% of my hair. But after I was asked, why did you lie? Why wouldn't you just tell them the truth? So I called that person up after and said, you know what? I know this sounds stupid, but I did have COVID and I did lose so much of my hair. I only have 3% and I'm hiding it really well. So I did lie and it did, the person probably wouldn't have noticed that I lied, but because I started to unraveling my lying, I was trying to catch myself and then go and fix it. But that was just part of my self-growth to stop lying. So if you ever ask me something and I say, I can't answer you, that's probably why, because if I have nothing nice to say, I say nothing. And if you might ask me something, and sometimes I don't want to tell that truth because I don't want to hurt someone's feelings. But now what I'm doing more so is if I am noticing someone stuck in a pattern, I am trying to let them know it's really hard to tell someone who's in a victim mentality to cut the crap, get out of the victim mentality, or else you're never going to grow. Because like they're gonna say, what the hell, Brenda's usually so loving, whatever, now she's being so blunt and telling me what I need to do. But I did it to a few people, and those people have actually said, thank God. It was like, you kicked me in the ass. I did go home and cry, but I shifted. Yeah, so truth really does help us heal. It's not the easiest thing. So I mean, people around me know I'm pretty like, stop when they're talking. I just say stop. I can't handle anymore. Either you start talking positive or don't be in my space anymore. I'm pretty blunt now, but I'm doing it from love because as I'm being truthful, I'm telling someone the truth, so I'm helping them grow. Yeah, some of my clients, yeah. Some of them have been, have gotten the blunt of it because, sorry, Valerie, she did write that to everyone. Because like, you know, if I hear someone talking, I'm going to say BS, you know, the victim, that, why not get that kick in the behind that's going to push you over so you can really grow? And I am blessed to have a partner who's like so wise, and he kicks my butt all the time. And he's like, why did you do that? And the amount of growth I've had from being someone being so direct and showing me where I'm doing wrong, where I'm lying, where I'm hurting myself, where I'm doing this, it's like I'm learning and growing faster than ever before. It is the most uncomfortable year I've been in, but at the same time, it's beautiful because I'm thinking, if I learned, then I can help my clients by being more truthful. So if you do want to kick in the butt and you have a one-on-one session, just let me know and I'll just put it out straight and tell you, you know, how you can shift and really move forward. Sometimes it's our patterns of thought, the way we're talking. Sometimes it's the victim mentality, you know, that does not serve you. Sometimes it's the lying to yourself that, you know, I'm in this loving relationship. How are you not in a loving relationship? I was there. That is not love. That is obligation. That is fear. That is, you know, all those things. So, you know, and sometimes you can figure it out on your own. So just take a deep breath and say, I'm ready to know who I am. Another thing I would suggest, if anyone's into it, I keep suggesting this book. And it was suggested to me many years ago. When I first picked it up, I said, this is stupid, and I put it away. And that happens to me a lot when people suggest things. I have lots of resistance. So I'm very stubborn. So you have to show me my issue over and over. And it pisses off everyone that is close to me because they can see my issues before I will acknowledge them and work on them. But there's a book called I Am the Word from Paul Selig. It is the first book I found not so bad. The second book, I'm on the fifth book. I am now, it's actually about self-worth. My goodness, I have to reread, and I do it on Audible because I drive a lot. I like to, as I sleep with it on, I do a lot of self-work like that because it's breaking through the resistance. If you ever have a book you want to read, like Power of Now is beautiful as well from Eckhart Tolle. There's a lot of great books out there. If you ever want a list, I'll send them out. But sometimes they're high vibrational. Words work. Like these books have an energy in them, just like these calls have energy in them, and they work in your consciousness, and they're breaking down resistance. So when you buy a book and you cannot read it or you hold it and it just doesn't feel good, it's just high vibrational and you're not there yet. The trick is sleep with the book if you want. Sleep with it and say, you know what? I'm going to sleep with this. It's going to work on me. Eventually, the book's going to look different and you're going to pick it up and it's going to be easy to read because the consciousness, the light behind this book has actually worked on you. So sometimes when I'm reading one of Paul Selig's book, which I'm having a hard time with, some of them, what I do is I'll play it on Audible while I sleep. I kind of mark where I had it. I said, work on my subconscious, break my resistance. So when I re-listen to it tomorrow, I can hear it. And the cool thing is, every book that I've picked up, my partner has given me this lesson 2 months ago. And I said, this is perfect timing because when he gives me a lecture in my behavior or something that needs to change, he'll explain it to me and I kind of get it and I try to understand it. But now I get the book and the book says exactly what he says. And what I've realized this week, I just have light bulbs going off today, or this whole last few weeks, is truth never lies. That's right. Truth never changes. Truth never changes. So we have masters that have come on this planet, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, all these masters have told us the same truth over and over in different ways. There's so many masters that have done this. And you can listen to it and read it, say, he's saying the same thing as this one, and this one, and this one. They're coming to us in different ways. When you're telling the truth, this is the truth of creation. It never changes. Truth never changes. Now, I ate this for dinner. That's the truth, right? But that is not the truth of creation. That's just living truth. But these deep truths. So when my partner talks these truths to me, like, wow, that's very profound. Jesus used to say that, or it was said here, and it was said here, and it was said here. They're all tapping into infinite intelligence. And what is infinite intelligence trying to tell us? We are all powerful beings. What has this planet Earth, this duality, this dark energy tried to teach us? We are worthless. You have to do as we say. You have no control in your life. You have to do, you have to be small. And all these masters have told us, you are a magnificent being. You are a son of God. You are divinity. So that's where we're going back. Humanity is shifting to what we really know, what we really are. So when you're doing a healing call like this, or you're working on yourself, you're not making yourself better. You're already better. You're perfect. You're magnificent. What we're doing is we're pulling out the programming, the experiences, the traumas, the sadness, the self-esteem, the judgment out of our fields. So your authentic self, this magnificent being, starts to shine, and we reclaim this beautiful earth and love. That's what we're doing. It's an individual process. It can't be forced. It's something that we have to work on. So you're all here working on you. Beautiful. And as we work on each other today, and as we send out this beautiful energy, we're going to get into it now. I just feel like talking a little bit much, but this energy that we're going to send, we're going to send it to all humanity today. And whether somebody's ready for it or not, it's going to be in their field. And if they're ready to start shifting, some of that resistance that's holding them back will melt away. So we have really no expectations of what it's going to do for others, but we're going to send it with that intention. May this beautiful, loving energy that wants humanity to heal, may it be available to anyone who needs it tonight. And one more thing that I think is really fitting, and we'll end it as this, is because we are so powerful, our thoughts matter. We don't want to put energy into war. I'm going to give an example here because the other day some images came on of the war. The best way we can help humanity is, instead of saying, oh, I'm going to ignore it. That's not helpful. Looking at it and getting sad and saying, this is never going to end, humanity's always going to be in war, that is not helpful. You look at those images, you send love to the people involved, and you say, war, you have no more power on this planet. We are moving into a planet of love and light. And right now, yes, this is playing out, but that's because you are leaving. Our future is full of love, joy, happiness. We're going back to our birthright of powerful beings that have love and compassion for each other. That's how you add this beautiful energy to this beautiful planet that needs humanity to wake up more than ever before. So those little thoughts that come in your mind that are negative, you say, no, I'm not adding to the fear of this planet. Fear does not exist. It's been created by humanity, and now we have to uncreate it one person at a time. Every thought matters. So make your thoughts positive over negative. And I know we fall into negativity. That's humanness. We're in duality. And don't be mad at yourself like, oh, I didn't do such a good job today. Just be better tomorrow. Try your best tomorrow. Just be kind to yourself. Because when we hurt ourselves or we talk bad, like, oh, I suck, look what I did, I created this reality, I suck, we're actually adding more negativity to the world. To say, no, okay, yes, I created this whole crazy life of mine. I honor it. But now I'm awake and I love myself, and I'm going to love myself every day as I do better and better and better and better, and just do better and better and better, and just go with the flow and be kind and have as much fun as you can. Okay, well, that was fun. So thank you. I think I missed talking to you guys. And it's because I do 3 weeks and I have that paid call. The last one I think was, I don't remember what it is. They're fun. They're a bit different. We go pretty deep, and I usually end up being very sick after those calls because the amount of energy that shifts is different. But these ones are very beautiful, and this beautiful energy is flowing. So let's get into this call now. And I'm going to drink some water and we'll begin. If you have any questions, I haven't read the chat. There was some chats. I saw one thing. I'm just going to read it quickly as I drink. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I try to be honest and authentic. And when someone said you're a hypocrite, I said, no, I've never said I was great. Actually, we should say the other stuff. So thank you for noticing. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, all beautiful comments. And you know what? Just because we've been in a pattern, a control, a way of culture, who cares? Break out of it slowly, but break out of it in your own pace. There's no right or wrong at this point. Just always follow your heart to try to do the more positive things. All right, here we go. All right. I'm gonna play some music as always. Let's see. I'll go to this one today. All right. I'm gonna share it with my screen right now, so it should be a bit clearer. Again, if you don't like the music, just turn it off. You don't need to hear it. When I'm done, I use a vibrational bowl, which will push out the last minute energies out there. And then we'll call it a night. All right, everyone, good 20 minutes. I might go over by a few minutes. We'll stop when it stops. And we're all in this together. So put yourself into an allowance. I allow my healing. I'm going to be selfish. I'm going to take as much as I can. And you're not really stealing it from anyone. So just take as much as you can. There we go, everyone. Enjoy. And thank you for joining today. Computer audio. All right, everyone. That was really intense. So thank you for joining me. You all put in a lot there, and hopefully you allowed it to come back and do what it needs to do for you. Um, Drink plenty of water. I did set the intention for everyone to have a peaceful sleep, although some of us heal differently, where we might be burping all night or processing. You can always talk to your guides and say, hey, make it easy on me. I'm going to go to sleep, do it on the end. Some people try, they say it doesn't work. It's more trusting that it will over time. So just you can ask and see what happens. But whatever's happening to you as you're healing is your way of healing. So just honor it and say, I know I'm getting better. I'm allowing the healing. It's going to work for 4 or 5 days. The excessive thirst is a big one for a lot of people. So drink, go to the bathroom, drink, go back. You're just purging out toxins, which is beautiful. I think if anyone has any questions, you can always just send me an email. And we just keep we'll just keep doing this as long as we need it. Why not, right? We're in the thick of things at the moment. Some days are lighter than others, and it's a great way to send some love to the universe and to ourselves. So it's a nice recharge for all of us. So have a blessed night, everyone. I will get this uploaded on YouTube and have it available for replays probably in the next 24 hours. Okay, have a good night, sleep well, and drink lots. You guys did amazing. So I was honored to be a part of that. Thank you. All right, everyone, have a good one.